Taking a Sabbath is one of the most life-giving practices you could possibly add to your week. It's commanded by God, Exodus 20, it's the fourth commandment, but Jesus also says in Mark 2 that it's good for us. So that's what this video's about. Enjoy. Now, I'm planning to talk to them, but you're kind of good in the way, haven't you? Have you ever had one of those days or one of those weeks that it just feels like everything that's coming your way is trying to rob you of your peace and trying to make you lose your flippin' mind, just where everything seems to go wrong, or there's so many wee silly and stupid and stressful things happen and it's never your fault. You just find yourself getting more and more annoyed throughout the week and more frustrated and angry. Maybe you've never experienced a day like that, or a week like that, or a month like that. Maybe it's just me, but I'd imagine it's probably not. And I did have a few of those weeks recently, and I was actually quite surprised that I was able to keep my head and just not go totally mad at all these stupid situations. And I think the reason is because I've been really intentional recently about taking my Sabbath. Taking a 24-hour period where everything I do fits into either the category of rest or the category of worship. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, Andrew, the idea of sitting on the sofa all day and just singing songs, not that appealing. And I would agree. Rest and this dog is ridiculous. I would say that the categories of down you get. Ooh! I said the categories of rest and worship, they're a little more broad than just lying down and singing songs to Jesus. As good as that is, if that's your definition of rest and worship, if that's what you want to do, go for it. But I think of it as kind of things that give you life, something that is different from your normal everyday sort of routines and habits and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, you do want to, I think, incorporate a bit of physical rest, but also things that you find restful. So, I mean, I'm not much of a runner. I like the gym. Running is okay, but I kind of like going for a run on a Monday. Monday's my Sabbath, and if that's something that you find life-giving and relaxing and restful, then go for it. And if the thought of going for a run to rest just gives you nightmares, then don't worry about it. Your Sabbath doesn't have to look like mine.
I should let go.
Now, when it comes to worship, worship is singing and praising God and stuff. And on the Sabbath, I do like to pray and read the Bible and study Bible books and stuff. But Christians have kind of always thought of the Sabbath as not just a day for meeting together and singing songs and doing that sort of stuff, but also as a day for, I guess, celebrating God's good world and the good things that He's made. And one of those things that Christians have always typically thought of as part of the Sabbath is food. I feel like that's maybe why people have Sunday lunches and stuff, because it's just a big Sabbath feast. So one of the ways you can have a really great Sabbath is just by cooking your favourite meal.
I should let go.
doesn't look awful. It doesn't look great, but if someone served me this in a coffee shop, I would think that they were new. I'd be like, okay, it's not bad, they're doing okay. Here's the embarrassing thing though. I make one of these every day, and we've had this thing for nearly a year, and I still suck. Well, I don't suck. Keep the self-talk positive. Tastes nice. I'm pleased with that.
We've been talking about the Nakash, the serpent who in Genesis 3 shows up to deceive Adam and Eve into their own destruction. Today we take a closer look at the snake's shrewd interactions with the humans.
The snake just starts asking questions, weaving half-truths and quoting parts of what God said to get the woman to take and eat from the tree that brings death, but she actually thinks it will bring life. The snake...
Do you know whenever you get really tired, just like during the week, in the middle of the day, or you're at work or something, and you're like, oh, I'm really tired, but obviously you can't just nap in the middle of the day, but whenever you're on holidays, I always find that you get sleepy at like 2 o'clock and you're like, you know, I could just lie down here, and if I fall asleep, that's okay. I don't mind. That's kind of what the Sabbath feels like. It's like a 1-day holiday every week. You don't have to be productive. It's not like, oh, here are the... That's so bright. Like, here are all the things that I need to do. You just kind of throw the to-do list out. And if you're lying down and you're like, I could doze off, then sleep. Now, speaking of just chilling out, here's a random fact about me that you probably didn't expect to learn today. Whenever I was a kid, I loved Scooby-Doo. Like, I just could not get enough Scooby-Doo. I had a big bumper set of one of those video boxes that had 2 videos in it. It was massive. It was like that thick. It had 2 like video cassettes in it. VCRs. Can't remember what the R stands for. Anyway, the original Scooby-Doo, the Scooby-Doo show, you called? No, wait. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? You called it. I loved that. I would just watch it all the time. I enjoyed What's New Scooby-Doo as well. It came a bit later. It was good. But I discovered that the Scooby-Doo, Where Are You episodes are on YouTube for free. So I was like, yes, I'm going to watch those on my Sabbath. Enjoy God's gift of Scooby-Doo to me. I flippin' love Scooby-Doo.
Oh, new mermaid corn surprise! Meet
Right.
Coral and Mary.
What a nervous night to be walking home from the movies, Scooby-Doo. And all because you...
Having a day every week to actually have a good Sabbath and to do things that are rest and worship, it's just so good for your soul. It kind of reminds you that you don't always need to be productive, you don't always need to be doing stuff, but that God is in control. And it just sets you up so well for the rest of the week that whenever things come that are stressful and annoying and frustrating, you've had a wee 1-day holiday at the start of the week, and that's given you, I guess, the depths of peace that allow you to just get through that sort of stuff without totally losing your head. So look, this is what my Sabbath looks like. I'm off on Mondays, so it works well for me. I get to do all these things. Obviously, what you define as rest and what you define as worship is going to be different from what I do. So do the things that give you life, the things that you love to do that are good for your soul, not just on like a spiritual level in terms of reading the Bible and praying, but also just enjoying God's creation, enjoying the many gifts that He's given us and thanking Him for it.